Thanks for tuning into the You Be the Judge Evaluating Food Preservation 4-H Projects module. I am Suzanne Dreesen, University of Minnesota Food Safety Extension Educator. I also judge food preservation projects at Minnesota County and State Fairs, so I will give you the inside scoop so you are prepared to have a great conference judging experience. Safe food handling practices must be carefully followed when preserving food. Food safety is your number one consideration when preserving food. How it looks is secondary. Judges may not judge foods they consider unsafe. Food preservation projects must be prepared to reduce the potential for foodborne illness. Handle food safely to prevent the introduction of microbes during preparation. Jams, jellies, preserves, marmalades, fruit, and pickled vegetables must be processed using the boiling water bath canning method to kill heat-sensitive bacteria like salmonella and spoilage microorganisms like yeast and mold. Food preservation is based on research and science. For safety's sake, you must use current research methods and processing times, 1994 or newer. According to the 2014 Minnesota State Fair 4-H Premium Book, all recipes, procedures, and times followed must be according to the current USDA and our National Center for Home Food Preservation. For jam and jelly, you can use recipes on pectin packages. However, you must process the fill jar in a boiling water bath canner according to USDA and our National Center for Home Food Preservation processing times. Exhibits brought to the fair will be evaluated on what you have learned during the past year in the food preservation project area. You will be quizzed about your knowledge and use of appropriate methods to preserve foods, the food safety rules for preserving foods, and the purpose of the ingredients and the equipment you used. Canned exhibits must be labeled with the processing time, method, and type of pack. For example, the label on a pint of green beans would include hot pack, 20 minutes, weighted gauge pressure canner at 15 pounds, and the date preserved, which must be within the past year. Include recipe and source of recipe and the year it was published. Standard canning jars must be used. Commercial mayonnaise type jars are not designed for home canning use. Jelly jars or half-pint jars may be used for jellies and preserves. Be prepared to answer these frequently asked questions by judges. How many years have you been in the food preservation project area? This question assesses your experience with food preservation. What did you bring or make last year? The judge wants to know if you have tried something new this year. What food preservation process and method did you use? If your project is dry herbs, you should explain what type of dehydration method you used, a dehydrator, sun, or oven method, and the steps you took to dry the food. What recipe or resource did you use? Why did you choose it? As with any project area, you will need to cite your source. This is especially important with food preservation projects to ensure a safe product. How do you know this is a safe product? Be ready to explain how the food preservation method you used eliminates or controls microbial growth. Use current research, credible recipes, and resources published 1994 or later. Following the directions exactly also plays a huge role in the safety of your preserved product. Bring a copy of your recipe or resource to support the credibility of your recipe and process. Research and read about the food preservation method you are using. Know and be able to explain common food preservation terms like headspace, process time, altitude, blanching, botulism, acidity, and pH. Here's a recipe for success for your food preservation project. Read your county and the state fair premium books. Follow these rules closely. Judges are given copies of the premium book pages for the project area they are judging. Know the judging criteria. Ask your county extension office for a copy of the food preservation judges sheet. These are also available on the 4-H website. Know the project standards for your preserved product. Preserved product standards can be found on the National Center for Home Food Preservation website. Thank you for watching. Happy preserving and good luck at the fair.